Welcome back. Working out but gaining weight. Pay attention to this. This video, I'm going to tell you, pay attention to your goals and expectations more than the number on the scale. Don't demotivate yourself based on what you see on the scale. It's just a number. We'll get into it in this video. See if you can relate to this. I saw it online. Feeling demotivated. 3 months of consistent strength training for an hour a day, 5 days a week. That's a lot of working out. The scale shows my weight has increased, even though I can clearly see my body toning and losing inches. Why does my physical progress, like my clothes fitting better and gym since December, not match the rising number on the scale? I'm sticking to healthy home cooked meals and haven't missed my workout. Why does this scale seem to lie about the effort I have put in for nearly 90 days? And how can I stop letting a single numerical value overshadow the visible fat loss and strength I have gained? Is it normal to feel this deep sense of motivation to the point of wanting to skip sessions because the data doesn't match? It's normal. Well, what I want to say is normal to feel demotivated if you're unsure where to focus and your actions don't get the expected results in any field. In anything you do, if you are doing a lot of things towards it and you feel like it's not working for you, it's not getting the results you want, you're going to feel discouraged. And that's just fundamental behavior management expectation stuff. And that happens like if you feel like you studied a lot for a test and you didn't pass it, you might be like, well, why did I study so hard? Right? Like that's the kind of cause and effect happening here. This concern for this person is their unconsidered expectations in a situation where you don't know what to expect. And when you get something else from what you think you should be expecting, you feel bad about it, throws you off, makes you feel guilty, and it might throw you off track for your weight loss goal. So you want to look out for that. And we're going to break it down in this video. If it's your first time here, my name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance. I help business owners lose weight and feel their best without crash diets or guilt. Now, if you're struggling with motivation, the No Willpower Health Habit System teaches habits that work with your life, not against it. It's linked below. Now, here, the scale doesn't lie about your effort because it doesn't measure your effort. I wish I had like my air horn available. The scale doesn't lie about your effort because it doesn't measure your effort. Think about what the scale measures, period, right? The main error with scales, bathroom scales, weight scales, is the story that people tell about what the number means in their life. So what you're seeing is this mass number measured in pounds or kilograms or grams or ounces or anything like that, whatever weight you're using locally. And then you're telling yourself a story about what that means. This means good. This means bad. This means acceptable. This means unacceptable. This means loved. This means unloved. Success, failure, good enough, not good enough, right? Like all the stories you tell yourself about that scale number when it's really just a liquid crystal display or like a digital one with numbers on it denoting how heavy your body is on that scale, how heavy everything is on top of that scale. So if you wear clothes, that's going to be on there too, right? Or if you aren't wearing clothes, right? Or if you drank a lot of water, or if you hadn't gone to the bathroom that day, right? Those are things that all affect that scale weight, and it has nothing to do with success, failure, anything like that. So keep that in mind. Click like if that's something you can relate to. Essential message for this person and for you to keep in mind. All right. So don't mess that up. The scale doesn't lie about your effort because it doesn't measure your effort. That's heavy. All right, next. Decide whether your scale reading is important to you. Do you want to be lighter to carry? Because that's what it measures, how heavy your body is to carry. I mean, you can replay this video if you need to. This is a very essential message when it comes to weight loss. I want you to know that. However, usually weight loss is about confidence, accomplishment, consistency, having less body fat, strength, feeling attractive, accepted, all of that. So you want to decide what's important to you. Now, if you are weighing in for a UFC fight or a boxing match, or you are doing some equestrian event, or you're, I don't know, something like that, then your weight probably matters, right? But in most cases, how heavy you are to carry, not important. So keep that in mind here. Think about what is important to you. That's why I'm always asking on this channel, what does a healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams look like? So you can think about that and how your health supports that. How does your health support your life? If you want to, if your journey is about having less body fat, then measure your percent body fat, right? Or if it's about looking more fit, then you can compare your progress pics from before and afters, or you can do circumference measurements for your waist. You could use how clothes fit, but I don't recommend that because clothes stretch and they're just randomly sized. They don't really measure anything. Use a non-stretchy tape measure instead, right? But focus on the actual objectives that are important to you and then keep those in mind. If it's about emotions, how you feel, then you can do more journaling, right? That way you can measure your emotions. You can create like an objective scale, or you can just write and talk about how you feel, right? Or if you want to feel like you're more attractive, then clearly identify that and don't connect that to how heavy your body is on that scale. All right. Measure what matters. And that's a big part. And this is simple. Like this is just straightforward things, but it's easy to forget, or some people never consider in the first place and they get stuck. Don't let that be you. Think about what's important. That way you don't start to spiral and get discouraged when it comes to your weight loss and health journey. Like it shouldn't even be called a weight loss journey, but that is a separate thing. All right, let's continue. This person asks, is it common for body recomposition to make someone heavier yet smaller? The answer is yes. Water weight and glycogen stores will increase with intense training. This happened to me when I started my workout program a couple months ago, a new workout program. I gained a lot of water weight, lean muscle mass, and your body will store glycogen, which absorbs a lot of water. It's like muscle energy storage, basically. And that increases your total body weight, which is what your scale measures. It's all going to be on top of the scale, right? And this is especially if you've done training before, or if you're training intensely, right? Like 5 days a week, then you could probably expect a bigger proportion of water weight and glycogen stores in your total scale weight. So your weight could go up. That's a long way of saying it. There's reasons for it, and you just have to know that that's likely to happen. That's the case. And then you can have realistic expectations and not feel bad or discouraged when expected things happen that you didn't know about, right? So this happens all the time with body recomposition. Going to the gym more often, you're likely to gain some weight. Also, this person mentioned healthy home cooked meals. These can contribute to weight gain because you may be eating more calories than your body uses. This gets mixed up sometimes. It's always good to eat healthy, right? Better nutrients, macros are probably on track, right? However, if you're eating more calories than your body uses, then you're going to gain weight. And this is separate from, the water weight and the glycogen stores. You can be eating more calories and that can contribute to weight gain as well. So that doesn't mean you have to count calories. You just want to make sure your proportions are in order and a reasonable rate for your actual body's use. If you're working out really hard, it's very likely that your appetite will increase and you eat more calories to compensate for how hard you're working out. So that takes a little bit more refinement when it comes to your health planning, but it could be a factor, right? It's not just about eating healthy. It's about eating the correct amount of energy for your body as well. Another question the person asked, how can I shift my mindset to stay consistent when the traditional way of measuring progress feels so discouraging? We talked about this a little bit already. Knowing what to measure and having realistic expectations based on your training goals, big for that. But this is something that I want to talk about on my channel all the time when it comes to traditional way of measuring progress. People don't consider these things and they get stuck in like, this is what this post is based on. Is more about a social misunderstanding of the health journey. I don't want to get too heated on this, but here's a great question for you. Is there a traditional way to measure consistency in progress? Is this the best way to do it? Your scale weight. Just because a lot of people do it, or that's how you believe everyone has done it, does not make it the most effective way to do it. It's not necessarily a good way to measure consistency and progress because it doesn't measure consistency. Your scale weight doesn't measure consistency. It measures body mass, total body mass, right? And in your progress, if you know what to expect, then you can compare yourself accurately to the progress that you're making, or understand the context for the progress for your endeavors and efforts that you're putting in so you don't get discouraged, right? So Hope I'm making sense with a few different ways of saying this. Knowing what to expect is key. Working with a health coach can help you know what to expect. Just subscribing to my channel can give you lots of guidance. Now, back to this traditional way of doing things, like guessing or assuming that the scale weight is the most important part of your health journey. Who says that? Like it's easy to misunderstand that or guess that that's just like what everyone's saying, but like if you dial in and look at specifically who says that's the traditional way, it might not be a tradition worth following. And the major question I have is, what does a healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams look like? You want to assess if traditions, commonplace social cues are effective and useful for you and what you want, right? A lot of people get stuck in what they think they should be doing, but it's not relevant to who they are and what they want to do, what's reasonable for them, right? So that's what the last question I have here. Is it effective for you? So don't worry about the traditional way. Focus on what you want and then create a realistic plan to build that, right? Base your objectives and markers for success on what you want your life to look like and how your health, body, eating, and exercise habits support that. It's about what you want. That's how you take ownership of your life and the confident, healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams. Be glad to help. I've got those links in the description below. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments. I just went back to back on some kind of rant worthy topics. Glad to do it for you though. All right. And then next you can watch Why Can't I Lose Weight? Why Your Scale Sucks. Talking about this total body weight thing. It's annoying. Like, don't even worry about your scale weight. Focus on the healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams. Let me know if I can support you. As always, keep practicing. Peace.